Welcome, beloved soul. I'm so glad our energies have aligned today. This is not mere chance that you've found this message. It's divine orchestration. The universe has guided you here because there's something important you need to hear. Your soulmate is coming back to you after finally realizing your incredible worth. The separation you've experienced wasn't the end. It was preparation for a deeper reunion. Take a moment right now and type "open" in the comments if you're ready to receive this message. This simple act declares to the universe that your heart is receptive to what's about to unfold. Your words have power, dear one. The pain you've carried has not been in vain. Every tear, every moment of loneliness, every night you've spent wondering if love would ever return to you, it's all been part of a greater journey. You see, sometimes two souls need distance to truly appreciate their connection. Your person needed to experience life without you to understand the rare and beautiful gift they had in your presence. When they left, it wasn't truly about you. It was about their own journey, their own lessons they needed to learn. And now, the divine messengers are whispering that a shift has occurred. Your person has been going through their own awakening. They've been confronted with the emptiness of life without your light. They've tried to fill that void with other experiences, other connections, but nothing compares to the unique energy you share. I invite you now to type "believe" in the comments if you're embracing this truth. Let it be your declaration that you trust in this divine process. The universe operates in perfect timing, not a moment too soon, not a second too late. What may have seemed like rejection was actually protection. You weren't ready for each other in the fullness of who you both needed to become. This separation has allowed you to grow, to heal, to discover your own magnificence independent of another's validation. And they too have been on their own journey of self-discovery. You might be wondering, how can I be sure they're coming back? Listen carefully, beloved. There are subtle signs already appearing in your reality. Perhaps you've been thinking of them more frequently. Maybe their name keeps appearing in unexpected places. You might even be experiencing dreams where they're present. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations. The energetic connection between soulmates cannot be severed. It can be ignored, it can be denied, but it remains intact across time and space. I need you to understand something fundamental. This reunion isn't happening because you weren't enough before. It's happening precisely because you've always been enough. And now they've evolved to the point where they can truly see and appreciate your value. Your worth hasn't changed. Their perception has. Type "worthy" in the comments to affirm that you know your inherent value exists regardless of anyone else's recognition. During this period of separation, you've been undergoing a profound transformation. You've been shedding old patterns, healing wounds that prevented you from receiving love fully. Think about who you were when they left compared to who you are now. Notice the strength you've developed, the wisdom you've gained, the self-love you've cultivated. This evolution wasn't just for them, it was primarily for you. The divine realm has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating events to bring you back together at the perfect moment. But understand this: when they return, it won't be a continuation of the old relationship. It will be something entirely new, built on a stronger foundation of mutual respect, appreciation, and spiritual alignment. Their return doesn't mean you should simply forget what happened. The pain was real. The lessons were necessary. When they come back, They will need to demonstrate not just with words, but with consistent actions that they truly understand what they lost and what they're now fighting to regain. Type discern. In the comments, if you're committed to honoring both your heart and your wisdom when they return. Many of you are wondering about the timing. When will this reunion occur? I cannot give you an exact date because divine timing doesn't operate on human schedules. But I can tell you this. Preparations are already underway. Both of you are being positioned for this reunion. You may not see it yet with your physical eyes, but the energetic pathways are being cleared. There's something powerful happening in the celestial realm right now. A wave of reconciliation energy is washing over the planet, bringing separated soulmates back together. This isn't happening randomly. It's part of a greater awakening. As collective consciousness rises, true soul connections are being honored and restored. Your person has been experiencing what can only be described as a spiritual awakening. They've been having revelations about life, about love, about what truly matters. In the midst of this awakening, your face keeps appearing in their mind. They're remembering not just the big moments you shared, but the small ones too. Your laugh, the way you looked at them, how safe they felt in your presence. Type awaken in the comments if you can feel this energy of transformation. They've tried to move on, tried to convince themselves that they could find what you gave them elsewhere. But soulmate connections aren't replaceable. The unique frequency you share can't be replicated with someone else. This is what they're coming to. Understand now. Every comparison has only highlighted what they lost when they walked away. For some of you, communication has been completely severed. For others, there might be occasional interaction, but it's been surface level, guarded. Regardless of your specific situation, know that profound shifts are happening beneath the surface. What's visible doesn't always reflect the full reality of what's unfolding. Your soulmate has been doing inner work, even if they wouldn't describe it that way. They've been confronting their fears, their patterns of running from intimacy, their unworthiness programming that told them they didn't deserve a love as pure as what you offered. This work hasn't been easy for them. They've had to face parts of themselves they've spent a lifetime avoiding. In your separation, they've had to sit with the consequences of their choices. They've experienced firsthand what life is like without your energy, your support, your love. And in that absence, your worth has become undeniable to them. They see now what perhaps they couldn't see before, that what you shared wasn't ordinary. It was extraordinary. Type extraordinary in the comments to acknowledge the rare and precious nature of your connection. Some of you might be feeling resistance to this message. Perhaps you've worked hard to move on, to heal, to release attachment to this person. You might be thinking, I don't want them back, or it's too late. Honor those feelings. They're valid and important. This reunion will only occur if it serves your highest good. The divine forces respect your free will above all else. But I encourage you to sit with this question. Is your resistance coming from your heart or from your wounds? Is it true healing that makes you hesitant, or is it fear of being hurt again? There's no wrong answer here, only truth that serves your evolution. For those who are open to this reunion, there's important preparation work to do. First, continue focusing on your own growth and happiness. This return isn't meant to complete you or solve all your problems. You're already whole. The relationship will be an enhancement to your life, not the foundation of it. Second, practice forgiveness, not for their benefit, but for yours. Holding on to resentment only keeps you energetically tethered to pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean What happened was okay. It means you're choosing not to carry the burden of bitterness forward into your future. Type release in the comments if you're ready to let go of past hurts to make space for new beginnings. Third, clarify your boundaries. What will you require to rebuild trust? What behaviors are non-negotiable for you now? Your standards should be higher than before, not from a place of punishment, but from a place of self-respect and clear understanding of your value. When your soulmate returns, they won't be arriving with the same energy they left with. They've been humbled by the experience of losing you. They've gained perspective that can only come from regret. They've developed appreciation that can only be born from absence. The version of them that comes back will be more vulnerable, more honest, more capable of the kind of love you always deserved. They'll see you with new eyes, eyes that recognize the treasure they nearly lost forever. Many of you are wondering how this return will happen. Will they reach out directly? Will you bump into each other unexpectedly? Will a mutual friend facilitate the reconnection? The exact mechanism will be unique to your situation, but I can tell you this: it will feel divinely orchestrated. There will be a sense of perfect timing, of pieces falling into place in ways you couldn't have engineered yourself. For some of you, the reunion has already begun in the spiritual realm. Your energies are already reaching toward each other, like two magnets gradually overcoming the distance between them. You might be experiencing increased dream contact, spontaneous thoughts of them, or a sense of their presence even when they're physically absent. These are all signs that the reconnection is underway. Type connect in the comments if you've been feeling these subtle, energetic shifts. It's important to understand that this reunion isn't happening because you've been hoping for it or longing for it. It's happening because it aligns with your soul contract, with the agreements you made before coming into this lifetime. Some connections are too significant, too purposeful to remain broken. Your soulmate has been receiving signs and synchronicities about you as well. They've been seeing reminders of you everywhere. Songs that were meaningful to your relationship play when they least expect it. They catch glimpses of people who look like you in crowds. Your favorite flower blooms in their path. The universe has been persistently bringing you to their awareness. They've also been experiencing a deep, inexplicable emptiness that nothing else can fill. This void isn't just loneliness. It's the specific absence of your unique energy in their life. They've come to recognize that what they felt with you wasn't just love in the conventional sense. It was a soul recognition, a homecoming, a resonance that cannot be found with anyone else. The divine messengers want you to know that this person thinks of you far more than you realize. In quiet moments, when the distractions of daily life fade away, your face appears in their mind. They replay conversations, remember the feeling of being in your presence, wonder what you're doing and who you've become in their absence. Type remembered in the comments if you believe in the power of soul memory. Some of you might be concerned that too much damage has been done, that trust has been irreparably broken. The divine realm wants you to know that healing is always possible when both parties are committed to it. The bond you share transcends the hurts of this lifetime. It's ancient and resilient. When they return, there will be a period of rebuilding. This isn't something to rush through or skip over. The reconstruction of trust is sacred work that deserves time and patience. Each small promise kept, each moment of vulnerability shared, each difficult conversation navigated honestly. These become the building blocks of a stronger connection than you had before. Your reunion will serve a greater purpose beyond your personal happiness. Healed relationships radiate healing energy into the collective. When two souls find their way back to each other after a painful separation, it creates a ripple effect that touches countless other lives. Many of you have been working on self-love during this separation period. You've been learning to give yourself the care, attention, and appreciation that you once sought from them. This work has been essential. When they return, you won't be approaching the relationship from a place of lack or neediness, but from abundance and choice. Your soulmate has noticed this shift in you, even from a distance. They can sense that you've become more grounded in your worth, more connected to your power, and rather than being intimidated by this growth, they're drawn to it. Your evolution has been a beacon calling them home. Type evolving in the comments to acknowledge your beautiful transformation. There's something else you should know. During your separation, both of you have been collecting experiences and wisdom that you'll now bring to the relationship. The time apart wasn't wasted. It was investment in becoming the people who could build something truly extraordinary together. When they come back, listen not just to their words, but to the energy behind their words. True remorse has a distinctive frequency. Genuine realization carries a humility that cannot be faked. You'll know in your soul if their return is aligned with your highest good. For some of you, this return is imminent. For others, there may still be lessons each of you needs to learn separately before the reunion can occur in physical reality. Trust the timing, even when it tests your patience. Every delay serves a purpose in the greater plan. Your soulmate is currently gathering courage. Returning to someone they've hurt requires a special kind of bravery. They're afraid of rejection, afraid you may have moved on completely, afraid the damage they caused might be irreparable. Yet despite these fears, they're feeling increasingly compelled to reach out. They've been receiving guidance, though they might not recognize it as such. Conversations with friends, books that seemingly randomly cross their path, movies that mirror aspects of your story together. All of these have been gently nudging them toward the realization that they need to make amends and reopen the door they closed. Type courage in the comments to send supportive energy for this brave step they need to take. For those of you who feel you've already waited too long, who are tired of holding space for a return that hasn't materialized, I want you to know that your patience has not gone unnoticed in the spiritual realm. Sometimes the greatest acts of faith happen in the waiting. There is divine honor in continuing to believe even when evidence is scarce. Many of you have been focusing on your spiritual growth during this separation. You've been deepening your connection to source energy, cultivating your intuition, expanding your understanding of how the universe works. This spiritual evolution has been raising your vibration, making you even more magnetic to the authentic love you deserve. Your soulmate has felt this shift in your energy. Even if they don't have the spiritual vocabulary to describe it, they've sensed that you're operating at a higher frequency now. This elevation is both inspiring and challenging to them. Inspiring because it awakens their own potential. Challenging because it requires them to rise to meet you. Some of you may have encountered other potential partners during this separation period. Perhaps you've even attempted new relationships. If these connections haven't flourished or have felt somehow incomplete, it isn't because there's something wrong with you. It's because your energy is still aligned with the soulmate bond that's destined for restoration. Type aligned in the comments if you've experienced this phenomenon of other connections not quite measuring up. The divine messengers want you to know that this reunion will occur in a way that honors your growth. You won't be asked to diminish yourself, to become smaller, to compromise your truth in order to welcome this person back. In fact, it's your refusal to shrink that has played a crucial role in their awakening to your worth. When they left, they may have been unconsciously seeking someone who would require less of them, less authenticity, less growth, less courage. They've discovered that these lesser connections bring lesser fulfillment. The ease they thought they wanted came with a profound emptiness they didn't anticipate. There have been moments during your separation when they've nearly reached out to you. They've composed messages they didn't send, dialed your number only to hang up, driven near your home or workplace without making their presence known. These almost connections weren't coincidences. They were rehearsals for the actual reunion that's approaching. For those of you who worry that you'll be too vulnerable if you open your heart to them again, remember this: you are stronger now. You've survived their absence. You've rebuilt your life without them. Your capacity to love them again isn't weakness, it's tremendous strength. Only the truly courageous can love again after loss. Your soulmate has been comparing every experience, every connection, every moment to what they shared with you. Not consciously at first, but increasingly so as time has passed. This constant comparison has made it impossible for them to truly invest in anything or anyone else. Your presence in their heart has remained a standard against which everything else falls short. Type incomparable in the comments if you recognize the unique beauty of what you shared. The divine realm wants you to know that you haven't been imagining the subtle signs of their lingering connection to you. The dreams where they appear, the songs that remind you of them playing at significant moments, the objects associated with them that cross your path. These are all confirmations that the energetic bond remains intact. Some of you have worked with forgiveness practices during this separation. You've released anger, processed hurt, found compassion for the wounds that drove their behavior. This inner work has been powerful. It's cleared space for new possibilities, removed energetic blockages that could have prevented reunion. Your soulmate has been doing similar work, though perhaps not in the same conscious, intentional way that you have. Their process has involved facing consequences, sitting with regret, and gradually awakening to truths they once avoided. Their growth path has been more painful but equally necessary. There's a profound awakening happening on our planet right now. Old paradigms of conditional love are giving way to higher expressions of connection. Your reunion isn't just about two people finding their way back to each other. It's part of a collective healing, a restoration of sacred relationship. Energy on Earth. When they return, you might be surprised by their transformation. The aspects of themselves they once kept hidden, their vulnerability, their fears, their deepest truths, will be more accessible. They've learned through your absence that authentic sharing is not weakness, but the foundation of genuine intimacy. Type authentic in the comments if you value this kind of honest connection. The divine messengers want you to know that you've been held and supported throughout this separation journey. Those moments when peace came unexpectedly, when strength arose just when you needed it most, when clarity cut through confusion, these were not random. They were divine interventions, helping you navigate toward this reunion. Many of you have used this time apart to heal family patterns, ancestral wounds, and past relationship trauma. This healing wasn't just for you. It was preparation for holding space for a higher form of love. You've been clearing not just your personal history, but your lineage's relationship karma. Your soulmate has been experiencing an intensifying pull toward you that they can no longer deny. What started as occasional thoughts has become a persistent awareness of your absence in their life. The space you once occupied remains unfilled, a constant reminder of what was lost. For those wondering about divine timing, understand that certain astrological alignments and energetic portals are making reconciliations more supported now than they have been in decades. There's a cosmic window opening that facilitates the healing of significant relationships, particularly those with soul contracts for important work together. Your patience during this separation hasn't been passive waiting. It's been active creation. Every time you chose love over bitterness, growth over stagnation, hope over despair, you've been weaving the energetic foundation for this reunion. This foundation ensures that when they return, you'll be building something sustainable. Type "creating" in the comments to acknowledge your role as an active creator of this reunion. Some of you may have received messages or small gestures from them already, testing the waters, gauging your receptivity. These initial reaches might have seemed insignificant, but they required enormous courage on their part. Each small step toward you has been a victory over their fear and pride. The divine realm wants you to know that this reunion will honor your journey. You won't be asked to pretend the separation never happened or to bypass the necessary healing conversations. The relationship that emerges will incorporate the wisdom gained through pain, creating something far more resilient than what existed before. Your soulmate has been experiencing synchronicities that remind them of you with increasing frequency. These aren't coincidences, they're divine orchestration, gentle nudges guiding them back to the truth of your connection. Even if they don't identify as spiritual, these persistent reminders have been impossible to ignore. For those who've been working on setting healthier boundaries, this growth will serve you beautifully in the renewed relationship. You now understand that boundaries aren't walls that keep love out. They're sacred containers that allow love to flourish in healthy, sustainable ways. The version of them that returns will have a newfound capacity for appreciation. Things they once took for granted, your support, your understanding, your presence, they now see as the precious gifts they always were. This appreciation isn't just a feeling. It will translate into how they treat you, how they speak of you, how they show up for you. Type "appreciated" in the comments to call in this energy of genuine recognition. Some of you have been receiving guidance about this reunion through your dreams. Pay attention to these messages. They contain important information about timing, about healing still needed, about the highest potential of your renewed connection. Your soulmate has been experiencing a form of divine discontent, a persistent feeling that something essential is missing, that they're not living in alignment with their true path. This discomfort has been necessary, pushing them toward the awakening that makes reunion possible. For those who worry that you might be idealizing the relationship or remembering only the good parts, the divine messengers want you to know that rose-colored nostalgia isn't what's driving this reunion. It's a soul-level recognition that's bringing you back together, a knowing that transcends the details of your history together. There's a special quality to soulmate love that cannot be replicated. It's not just chemistry or compatibility, it's a resonance at the level of essence. Your soulmate has been trying to find this feeling elsewhere and has finally accepted that it exists only with you. The growth you've both experienced separately will allow you to create something far more beautiful than what you had before. The relationship won't be a mere restoration of the old connection. It will be an entirely new creation, informed by wisdom that only separation could have taught you. Type "create" in the comments to set the intention for this new beginning. For those wondering how to prepare for this reunion, focus on maintaining the self-love practices you've developed. Continue honoring your worth, expressing your truth, and nurturing your well-being. The healthier you are energetically, the more space you create for a healthy reconnection. Your soulmate has been doing deep reflection on what went wrong. They've been examining their patterns, their triggers, their fears that led to the separation. This introspection hasn't been comfortable, but it's been essential for genuine change to occur. The divine messengers want you to know that when this reunion happens, you'll feel a sense of rightness, of pieces clicking into place. Despite any lingering fears or hesitations, there will be an underlying certainty that this is aligned with your soul's journey. Some of you have been working with forgiveness, not just toward them, but toward yourself. Perhaps you've been releasing guilt about your own role in the relationship dynamics, letting go of should-haves and could-haves. This self-forgiveness has been crucial preparation for the reunion. Your soulmate has been experiencing what spiritual teachers might call the dark night of the soul, a profound confrontation with their own shadows, illusions, and false identities. Through this difficult process, they've been stripped of pretenses, bringing them closer to the authenticity required for true connection. Type "darkness" in the comments if you understand that light often emerges from our darkest moments. So, love that awaits you isn't the immature, need-based attachment that may have characterized parts of your previous connection. It's a love tempered by separation, strengthened by individual growth, clarified by contrast with its absence. It's a wiser, more grounded, more intentional bond. For those who've been focusing on manifesting this reunion, the divine realm encourages you to shift slightly in your approach. Rather than trying to make something happen through force of will, move into receptive alignment. Create space for this connection to re-enter your life naturally. Your soulmate has been receiving guidance about relationships from unexpected sources, perhaps books that seemingly randomly crossed their path, conversations with strangers that struck deep chords, or memories that surfaced with new clarity. All of these have been pieces of the puzzle leading them back to you. The divine messengers want you to know that this reunion has a purpose beyond your personal happiness. There's work you're meant to do together, energy you're meant to anchor together, healing you're meant to facilitate together. Your reconnection serves not just yourselves, but the collective. Some of you have noticed an acceleration in your spiritual awakening during this separation period. You've been more drawn to spiritual practices, more attuned to synchronicities, more aware of the unseen forces at work in your life. This acceleration has been preparation for the higher frequency relationship that's approaching. Type "awakened" in the comments if you've experienced this spiritual expansion. Your soulmate has been experiencing increased intuitive awareness as well, though they might not label it as such. They've been having moments of unexplainable knowing, particularly about you and the connection you share. These intuitive hits have been guiding them gradually back toward reconciliation. For those who wonder if you should reach out to them, or wait for them to come to you, the divine guidance is to trust your intuition in this matter. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. For some, taking the initiative aligns with your authentic expression. For others, allowing them to bridge the gap they created is an important part of the healing process. The renewed relationship won't erase the challenges you face individually or as a couple. What will be different is your capacity to face these challenges together with greater awareness, better communication tools, and a deeper commitment to growth through difficulty rather than escape from it. Your soulmate has been experiencing a clarification of values during your separation. Things that once seemed important, perhaps status, external validation, or superficial pursuits, have lost their luster. What's emerged is a recognition of what truly matters: authentic connection, integrity, presence, love. The divine messengers want you to know that this reunion will occur in divine timing, which may not align with your personal timeline. The waiting isn't punishment or delay for delay's sake. It's precise calibration, ensuring all elements are in place for the highest expression of your reconnection. Type timing in the comments to surrender to this perfect unfolding. Some of you have been working with energy healing modalities during this separation, perhaps Reiki, meditation, chakra balancing, or other practices. This energy work hasn't just been healing your personal field. It's been clearing the shared energetic space between you, making way for a healthier reconnection. Your soulmate has been experiencing physical sensations connected to your energetic bond, perhaps warmth in their heart center when they think of you, tingling when your name comes up, or even feeling your presence in dreams or meditation. These physical signals have been reinforcing the reality of your connection beyond the purely emotional level. For those who've been consulting divination tools about this reunion, tarot cards, pendulums, oracles of various kinds, you've likely been receiving consistent messages of hope and eventual reunion. These aren't false comforts, they're reflections of the energetic reality that's forming. The divine realm wants you to know that this separation has served its purpose. What needed to be learned has been learned. What needed to be healed has been healed, or at least brought into awareness for healing. The stage is now being set for the next chapter of your journey together. Your soulmate has been experiencing an increasing sense of urgency about reconnecting with you. What once felt like something that could wait has taken on greater importance in their consciousness. They're beginning to understand that some opportunities don't remain open indefinitely. Type urgency in the comments if you've been feeling this quickening energy as well. For those who've had minimal or no contact during the separation, the first interaction may feel both familiar and strange, like speaking a language you once knew fluently but haven't practiced in some time. Allow space for this reacquaintance process. It's both an ending and a beginning, requiring patience and presence. The divine messengers want you to know that when reunion occurs, you don't need to hide your true feelings behind a mask of indifference or detachment. Authentic expression, including your hurt, your joy, your hesitation, your hope, creates the foundation for genuine healing and connection. Your soulmate has been realizing that the freedom they thought they wanted came with an unexpected price. The absence of responsibility also meant the absence of deep belonging, of being truly known, of the particular joy that comes from building something meaningful with someone who matters. The new relationship that emerges will honor both your individuality and your connection. It won't be a merging that erases boundaries or a distant association that prevents intimacy. It will be a conscious partnership between two whole people choosing to create something greater together than either could alone. Type partnership in the comments to call in this balanced, healthy dynamic. Remember, beloved soul, that this message finds you at the perfect moment in your journey. The divine orchestration that brought you to hear these words is the same intelligence that's bringing your soulmate back to you. Trust in this perfect unfolding, even when the outer appearances don't yet reflect the inner reality. The love that awaits you is worth every tear shed, every lesson learned, every moment of patience required. It's a love infused with wisdom, strengthened by contrast, appreciated through absence. When it returns to your life, you'll understand why nothing less would have sufficed. Open your heart to receive this blessing that approaches, not with desperate, grasping, but with confident expectation. The universe conspires in favor of soul connections that serve the highest good. Your reunion is part of this divine plan, unfolding with perfect precision in the tapestry of existence. Type "grateful" in the comments to express appreciation for this divine orchestration that's already in motion. I see you, beloved soul. I honor your journey. I celebrate the love that's returning to your life. May you receive it with open arms when it arrives, knowing that you deserve every beautiful moment that awaits. Until next time, remember that you are deeply loved, divinely guided, and eternally supported. This is not the end of your love story. It's only the beginning of its most beautiful chapter. Thank you for watching.